Grim here with more Baldur's Gate 3. This episode we're going to try and take on the Hag. We swapped Will in for his special imp because I'm going to try and one-phase the Hag. Now, the thing about the Hag is when you fight her, you will have one or so round of combat where you can do things, and then she teleports into her lair and will remove any issues that she has, fully heal, all that stuff. And the problem with the Hag is she just outright cheats. You can beat her legit in her lair, but it's extremely difficult. And here's a slight spoiler for the Hag, for Act 3. I'll just go ahead and mention it. When you beat her here, it doesn't necessarily mean she's done forever. You can actually fight her again in Act 3, and in Act 3, she is extremely easy. She has one weird, ability where she can resurrect with the mushrooms in her lair. If you destroy the mushrooms, then you can just take her out no issue. Like, whenever I fought her in Act 3 with my Dark Urge character, I pretty much steamrolled her the first turn because I had access to stun, and even when she resurrected, I was still able to steamroll her. Act 1, she is a lot more difficult, because we don't have access to all the abilities that we should have access to. Like, Shadowheart is a monk, but she doesn't have access to stunning strike, for example. I believe you can use, hold person or hold monstrosity or something like that in order to force paralyze on her. On the Hag.
Am I needed?
So, CC in Act 1, if you want to do it legit, that's the way to do it. I am not doing it legit, though, because I want to try Act 1, Phase 1, because I've seen it work. I've never done it myself, and we're going to try that with the smoke powder barrels. I found 2 more smoke powder barrels in the goblin camp, in that one area that we were in last episode. If you went up top where we got the amulets, before you walk into that door, there's a bunch of barrels and stuff, miscellaneous ones, and there are actually 2 smoke powder barrels that are mixed in with there. So we have, what is this, 5 on me, and you have 3. So hopefully that's enough damage. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Will's imp in order to move the barrels into place. So, because familiars, if it hasn't changed, familiars do not actually cause cutscenes. And we're going to want to not cause any cutscenes in this. We're going to have to fight these guys too. Right now they think that they're like sheep, so they're not going to bother me. Normally I just attack them, but we can wait on them to come and attack us. We could also put up a barricade right here, and that'll prevent them from coming in for a little while, because they all have to come through this route. And if we put chests here, for example, that'll cut off their thing, and they would have to run up here instead. So technically speaking, we could just lock them out of the area. Yeah, we have this nice waypoint here. I will also mention I am playing on my hard drive instead of my SSD. I went ahead and picked up Starfield, and Starfield needs to be played on an SSD. I'm not going to be recording that because it doesn't seem like a good game to record. Yeah, so this guy up here, we'll talk to him later. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. Alright, so you will see some pop-in things with buildings and such. I'll try and edit those out, because it's not really noticeable until Act 3, or Act 2 rather. But occasionally, if I were to leave the game and then come back, this entire building would have to take a little bit to load in.
Well.
Alright, let's try this now. Hopefully the imp can actually move these. I haven't tested this. If the imp cannot move it, then we might be a little SOL. Okay, yeah, the imp can move these. That's good to know.
What a charmer.
And we'll go ahead and dump all these down. And we don't want to just outright attack her with these barrels, because there's an NPC in the room that will just straight up should just die. If we do that, there will be no saving her. Toggle group mode.
Where am I needed?
Toggle this group mode. I don't want you to have the imp on you all the time.
Blackets will be done.
And we could save some of these barrels, because that's a tower-based thing that I was talking about before. These barrels are really useful in there, but we're gonna get more. They're always hidden around. You just have to know where to look. Okay, so everyone get over here. We will also go ahead and do a short rest to get a little bit of health on us. Drop a save.
Sharp as ever.
Everyone get over here.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
What's cooking?
Okay, so who has fire?
Let's get on with
Who
it.
has the ability to
Eager
do
for
fire
battle.
attacks? You have Sacred Flame, which is not a fire attack.
The pride of the gate.
Okay, we do not actually have fire on any of you.
Making me sweat.
So, let's see. We have Burning Hands. Oh, we also have a fire arrow. Okay, that'll work. That will work. Alright, so I'm just trying to plan how I want to do this. Okay, so the imp can go in first. And I don't think that this will trigger the cutscene. I don't think. If we can open the door. But don't tell me that they changed this.
Yeah?
Hopefully she doesn't set off the cutscene. I think we have to walk in order to get the cutscene. And we have a ways to walk in before that happens. So yeah, I've never done this. Like, I've seen people defeat her with, like, a fireball, for example. We aren't that high of a level. Okay, cool. That probably should have put him at the top of the stairs instead of the bottom. Imp can only move so much. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get him up there. We have to do this a few more times. Tell you what.
Come on, let's go.
Tell you what. Like I was just saying, I can move them to the top of the stairs, save some time. The imp is the one who has to, like, position them inside the house. But as far as just getting them in there, I can do that. And hopefully the hag doesn't go first. Because what happens is she will cast invisibility on herself, and then she will... Okay, that's a way to get them all in there. She'll cast invisibility on herself. And she will also call these guys to help. But if you destroy those guys first, she doesn't actually call them to help. Which is one reason why I'd suggest doing that first. Let's see, do you trigger? You do not trigger. Come on. And I will explain the actual fight later, whenever we get into the lair, because... Actually, I can just do it now while I'm doing this. So with the hag fights, she actually has multiple phases, and it's why she's kind of BS. So you start off the fight, and you have this NPC in a cage that she decides to set on fire, just because. She didn't used to do this in early access. She only did it whenever she was low on health. But now she just outright does it. Okay, so Karlach doing that kind of messed it up. So go ahead and take these back. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so she'll set that on fire, and you'll have to save her as fast as possible because of that. Which isn't that big of a deal. You get like 2 rounds to save her, but the device that she's in takes like 2 rounds for her to get out, because you can lower it in 1 round, but then she takes a round to get out. So usually the best way to approach that is to go in stealthily and go ahead and pull down the thing ahead of time. Problem with that is, well, you're already cheesing if you're trying to use stealth like that, and you're kind of metagaming it. And then, on top of that, she summons 4 ads that all have masks that all do like special effects. This is only if you don't destroy the NPCs with the masks early on, because she has you fight masked NPCs. And the problem with there is, well, that's once again metagaming, because you're like, well, I know I can get through this and all that stuff. Overall, she just cheats way too much in her own lair for Act 1, because after that, she decides to, hey, you know what? The fight's not going my way, so let me go ahead and duplicate myself 5 times, and all of these duplicates, they don't actually affect my health pool, and they all get all my spells. It's like super invoke duplicity. So then you have to find the real hag. You can kind of easily do this by like observing her, and then when the fight's not going her way even more, she'll go ahead and summon like 4 like goop monsters that all do crazy things. I think they might have removed that with the real game, and like that might have been an early access thing. So she'll summon the goop monsters, and they all do nonsense. And then after that, she decides, oh, it's still not going my way, so I'll just go ahead and make her look like, or say, I'll take on her form, and I'll teleport her into the fight, therefore you might attack her. It's such a nonsense fight, especially since one of the masked people, if you're trying to keep them all alive for certain things, You don't actually need to keep them alive, by the way. That's a little spoiler for Act 3. I kept them all alive thinking something would happen. Yeah, one of the NPCs shows back up, but they don't really do anything. Anyway, enough chit-chat about that. The whole point is she cheats way too much in her own lair. Way too much.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for two, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all, you'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young lady.
Okay, or what?
How shocking. Another barbarian with all brawn and no brains. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door, but I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again.
Okay, that's Marina. Where are her brothers?
My brothers, you saw them?
They stopped by to pass on their congratulations. Said they'll be waiting for you at home.
Oh. But why didn't they come in to see me?
All they left was a message, which I passed on, didn't I? Don't be stressing. And you, hush. Don't be upsetting the girl with such things.
So I will also mention, I'm pretty sure that's a lie because in Act 3 you can actually get to the area where she said she sent them. They're nowhere to be found. But there's also no bodies around. So, like, if you had the brothers come in with you, like, be like, hey, I'm gonna go in, and they rush in ahead, you'll actually find the brothers dead at the bottom of the stairs way back there in the swamp. So, just something to mention. Answer the question, where are the brothers?
You cheeky thing. Sutton Farm, north of Baldur's Gate. Check if you like. But I think you have bigger problems. That wriggler swimming in your brain juice is a bit of an inconvenience, isn't it? No, but it is yours. And if I were you, I would be very concerned. I can tell you're almost done cooking. You know, you could turn just like that. What do you say? Want me to take care of the little bugger?
So you can actually have her take out your eye. I've already done it, so she won't do it. She won't take out your other eye or anything, or she won't take out the prosthetic, unless they finally change that. The thing with it is, you get a hag eye from her, and it's like a green eye or whatever, so it changes it cosmetically, and it also messes up your stats. I think it gives you an extra intimidation, but it makes you, like, have disadvantage on all perception checks or something like that. So it's really not worth it. The Volo eye has really no drawbacks, and you get a massive buff in the form of being able to detect invisibility. So that's why I did that. Nope, I'll take my own chances.
Ah, good luck with that. But don't you fret, Petal. I'm sure you'll make a very pretty mind flayer.
She does also mention that she can't remove the worm because it's got, like, something
Come now,
inside of it.
Marina. Time to go.
Are you leaving? I hope you don't. So, can you stay right there? Okay, so I didn't actually have to do this part. Good to know. See, normally we get into a fight right away, so I didn't realize that I actually had this grace periods where I can move things. So, let's go ahead and do that, because after she, like, turns into the hag form or whatever, she'll immediately not want to do anything with you anymore. I wonder if I can snipe her in human form. It'd be nice.
Not everyone
come on.
subscribes to what is mine.
Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and pick up your thing. It got stuck on her object, so whenever I moved it, it moved the object too. Because this game is great with its physics. Gotta have to make sure it doesn't clip on anything else. Yeah, I know this is really cheaty, but like I said before, I do not like this fight. At all. This is an annoying fight. A super, super annoying fight. So Tongo group mode. Tongo group
Don't
mode.
be shy.
Everyone can come in here. We have to stay a far distance away from her because when these go up, it's gonna be a firework.
On my way. Thing's an illusion. We could get through here.
Yeah, we could. Okay. Let's just go ahead and try and shoot the thing now. She's disguised right now, so that isn't her real form, and I don't know if the health is shared. There we go. Easy as. Alright. Yeah, I've never one-phased her. I want to see what happens. I know that seems cheaty, but for real, we used way too many explosives. She only had 145 health. We used way too many explosives. Alright, well that's the punishment. We don't have access to those explosives now. We won't be able to use it on other things that make fights easy. Okay, cool. So one thing I want to mention about the hag in general, you see it actually has the Speak with Dead. I might be misremembering how it works in real Dungeons and Dragons, but I kind of recall Speak with Dead, if you use it on a corpse, you can't resurrect the corpse anymore. So the idea that she came back to life for Act 3 is total nonsense, because I can use Speak with Dead with her now, and if I use Speak with Dead with her in Act 3, it refuses to do it, because it's like, this corpse has nothing else to say. So it's like, it's the same body, it's the same soul and everything, so it makes no sense that they even give us the ability to do Speak with Dead if she comes back. Like, this is usually how you prevent someone from ever resurrecting. That and also like cutting off the head and destroying the head and whatnot.
Kill them all. Didn't want the girl. Wanted her babe. Was going to eat it and make a hag daughter.
So yeah, we only needed like 4 barrels. Oops. My bad.
Where there's people, there's hags. In my workroom.
Alright, and we're gonna go into her workroom, and it will be a lot easier since everything's gonna be like super straightforward. We don't have to do any massive fights or anything like that. So come on in here, and I can explain things as we're going. Like I said, that fight would have been annoying. It would have been good to like show how to actually do it, but why would we do it legit when they actually give us the ability to get rid of her in an instant like that? That is, I'll just say, that is the hardest fight in all of Act 1. That one fight right there. Even if you come back late game and you have like special things, you know, before you leave the area, it can still be an annoying fight.
Whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
The mirror glints in the light.
Okay. I don't know what to do with her. She's got like a head. And she's in stasis. We can move her head, and that'll cause her to die.
She wished for the mind of a genius, but that silly head crushed me.
Okay, and there's a guy here we can help. Hopefully we can help him.
Listen.
Oh, me head.
I don't recall ever seeing this guy again, by the way.
No. Why ain't I petrified? What? How am I still breathing?
Okay.
I've the bite.
We can do a medicine check, I think, soon.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Your insides end up on the outside. Petrification stops the spread. I was on death's door, but now I feel great. How?
Because the bite was a hag's curse. So we can try the medicine check. I should probably have Asterion here to make these checks easier with his bardic inspiration. Oh, right, and the guys out there, the
Not
red
only
caps.
is the disease gone, you see it's left no scars. An impossibility for the bite.
What? But that doesn't make a lick of sense. Unless that double-crossing, filthy, lying hag! She made me sick and then trapped me in stone for kicks!
Yep, sorry that happened. Yep. How long have you been trapped?
I don't know! Days! Years! My kids were only babes when I left. The stones know how old they are now.
Well, at least you can see him again.
Only 'cause of you. I ain't got no way to repay you.
Don't worry about it, just helping.
No. What you've done for me and mine today won't be forgotten. Thank you.
So I don't recall ever seeing him again. He might actually be in Baldur's Gate somewhere, but it's whatever. Go ahead and use Speak with Dead for story reasons.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
My family took her,
Took her eyes out.
my baby girl. Pretending she never existed. Told Ethel never wanted to see them again. She took my eyes. They didn't like me having something they couldn't touch. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters without baby girl.
Okay, and you can actually see her eyes here.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again. My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
And one more person up here. And you can put these masks on. I would not recommend it. Some people, they don't think, and they just grab it and put it on, and they're like, oh, look, free item, and then they get mind controlled.
Is the hag gone? God, tell me she's gone. Oh, please.
Oh yeah, she's super gone.
May she burn in the 9 hells.
If only.
The hag. There's never been a more vile creature. The things she did to me. I was a fool. I wanted to know my fate. I had a choice between 2 lives, and I was frightened of choosing wrong. I asked the hag to help me see what the future would hold. Got what I wished for, too. I saw my future self. A corpse. Rotten with maggots. And everyone around me dead. Putrid and dead.
Okay. 2 lives,
A
what were
boring
they?
story. Stay or go. Marriage and kids, or a life of novelty.
I lost my best years rather than just choose.
Well, getting out of here. Leave while you can and be careful.
Yes. I will. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, these are the 2 things, the hourglass and the studded shield. The studded shield, I think, is for you. This was another person.
My gentle Lauren. He wished to know what was to come.
Okay.
A thief who tried to steal from Auntie. Now the good little pet guards my home.
Yeah, so if you didn't do the thing I did with the hag, there would actually be a wall here, and you'd have to convince the door to let you in. There's also a back door that leads into the Underdark, so I believe that's a way to get in later if you proceed to the Underdark quest and you get to that certain area, because I've never been able to get through the wall normally, so there's that. These characters should be passive now. Normally they would all be hostile, and I'd have to sneak through them with invisibility to get over here to this waterfall so I don't actually fight them, because this character is actually one that will come back. All the other ones, they don't. They stay here and they're like, the hag's not actually dead, their mind is too far gone.
We need to leave. You're not supposed to be here. She'll be furious. I thought I was lost. Could feel my mind slipping away. If it weren't for you, I would have ended up like the others. Hollowed out and as good as dead. Sheer desperation. My mother's mind is gone. She's forgotten herself. I tried medicine, magic, prayer. I'd have begged Merkel himself if I thought he'd listen. Heard about this wise woman out in the back end of nowhere who could help. I knew it was too good to be true, but I didn't care. Home. To Baldur's Gate. This isn't over yet.
Okay, what do you mean this isn't over?
You think Ethel was the only hag in the realms? Not by a long shot.
I will mention that real quick.
There's more hags out there, and I'm going to do what I can to make sure no one else has to go through what I did.
Alright, so what I'm going to mention real quick, what she mentioned, there's more hags in the area. Normally hags have covens. It depends on what type of hag it is, though. She is, I think, a green hag, so I believe green hags usually have covens, but they aren't always in the same area. So what they could have done, what they should have done, is instead of having Ethel come back in Act 3, they should have just had, like, her sisters or whatever, like you fight 2 hags in Act 3 in the, like, area there, instead of bringing her back. It would have made it more interesting, and it would have given her a lot more light. So we saved this lady, this NPC. She has nothing to do with the story later. Even when we run into her in Act 3, there is no, like, dialogue talking about what we did here. So they kind of dropped the ball with her. I think they were kind of rushing Act 3, so they didn't really care too much about all the loose ends.
Auntie will be awake soon. She'll be so angry. I'll tear your throat!
Yeah. Vengeance is really annoying to fight, by the way, because she does, like, automatic reflex every time you attack her, so she's one of the annoying ones. This is one of the big annoying ones.
Why is Auntie so quiet? Auntie's dead? No, there is no mom.
Yeah. And I forget what he does. She heals, and I think he does, like, inspiration or something like that. It doesn't matter. They all have, like, unique things. Well, he does fear. That's what it is.
Something happened to Auntie. I can't... very... Auntie can't...
Yeah. They all hint that she's not actually dead. So let's just go ahead and get over here and take care of this. The traps are still active, which is annoying.
Oh, lots of it.
Normally the traps are disabled by the time you get in here, so that's one difference, I guess. Is it just this opening area? No, it's all of it. The whole area is like trapped still. So we can try and proceed along.
This'll be fun.
Yeah, go ahead and lose some health doing this. Yep, good job, guys. Go ahead and set everything off. Probably should have told them not to follow me. Because I could have just, like, teleported out of here at the end.
This place is hungry for blood. Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
Really a BS area. Go ahead and toggle group mode, and we're gonna have you all do the same thing.
Always sharp.
If only you had your teleport. It'd be really nice if you did. Oh yeah, that's just death. Cool. Can I just... We could not, like, walk through these, but... Jeez, come on. We don't have Featherfall right now, unfortunately.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave
Wait, you're still back there? Why are you still back here? So one trick we can do is we can, like, dismiss our party, and then we can add the party back. Yeah, good job. Good job. You can go ahead and do this on you. We will go ahead and long rest, or short rest again. Just so that you don't die whenever you do this. See, normally these are gone. Normally, after you defeat the hag, you don't actually have to deal with this anymore, and you can walk through this area as it's free. So I guess that's, like I said, another thing that's wrong. Are you gonna get up? And I wonder what happens with the red caps, because she didn't actually get the chance to alert the red caps. So are they still like passive? We didn't get like a reputation hit or anything like that either. So as far as I know, they don't know what happened, and they're just gonna like chill out over there.
Keeping pace.
We'll probably have to fight them anyway. Oh, that's one thing with the goblins. I actually have to still fight the goblins in the goblin area. And the goblins, while some of them are like passive, a lot of them are hostile. So it's weird.
I wonder what the next move is.
I won't be able to like probably teleport to the goblin camp again without having to worry about them attacking. Good job, you idiot. The whole idea was to try and get you not to set off the stupid explosive thing. Yeah, normally that's not an issue. Normally I only have one person come in here and they clear it without any problems. And then we open up the back door and we can get everyone else in.
In the cage.
Yeah, get out of here, get out of here. Don't set these off. You can actually fall to your death here, by the way, because if you're walking too close to the edge, the characters would just slip off the edge. I've had that happen a few times in this particular area, so just fair warning. And I will describe the actual fight here now. So, Ethel will be over here invisible, and you'll have to rush through this trap. So normally what I would do is I'd have Shadow Hearts do darkness right here, and then I'd have her jump in there so that Ethel doesn't see what's going on. And then I have Shadowheart use this orb to get the cage down. Ethel will eventually turn hostile. We can take this as an opportunity to start attacking her, but by the time you're using darkness and all that stuff, you're already technically like cheesing the fight. It's a really difficult fight just because of all the mechanics. Whenever she gets into the fight, she will go ahead and either attack you or she'll catch the cage on fire. And the cage only can last for 2 turns. So you're going to have to spend a turn rushing over here to get the thing down, and then the cage will have to come down, and then she'll have to come out. And if you're not timing it right, she can just, you know, die, fall to her death, because this is a chasm below, and everything that's a chasm, if it falls into it, it's just gone, it's deleted, nothing left of it. And after that, she will teleport away from this location, and she will summon aid, so it'll be those masked characters. The healer will be up here, the fear guy will be up here, the vengeance person that reflects will be over here with her, and the regret person will be over here. So they all have a turn to where they can like break the influence of the mask if they pass a will check, and all that does is it prevents them from attacking. You can pickpocket the masks off of them if you are doing this and get lucky, but you can't pickpocket all the masks off of them. When you pickpocket the masks off of the other 3 characters, I think you can only get it off of 2 of them, it will actually kill the NPC. So that's a little annoying because it even says in the description of the like hag servant thing, the curse that they have, that if you remove the mask, it will free them of the curse. Well, I guess death in that eye is like a freedom. You can take hers off and she will still be hostile until the hag is dead, and you actually might have to leave the area and come back. And after that, she'll be passive and everyone else will be passive in the area too. That might be a bug. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. After that, when the hag's health gets to, like, I think, a third, she will summon clones of herself. And there'll be over here, over here, over here, over here, like 4 or 5 clones, and she'll teleport to a random spot. And all the clones will do AoE attacks and all that stuff. They have all the same damage and all the same spells as her. And it's really annoying because you have to waste your turns to get rid of this. And in Dungeons & Dragons, what determines the efficiency of a party is the action economy. So she has way too many actions when you consider all the adds that she has. And after that, they might have removed this after early access because it wasn't really fair. She will summon more adds, and these are like mud monsters that I mentioned before. I haven't actually seen them lately, so maybe that's a certain health threshold. If you don't get her down fast enough, she'll summon these. But they'll be all over the map. She summons like 4 or 5 health, like clay monster golem things that all do nonsense attacks. And after that, because this character, by the way, is healing constantly, so it's kind of hard to do that. After that, she will go ahead and take this girl's identity and swap positions with her, do all that stuff and teleport her in the map. You can actually determine who it is based on inspecting them. So like if you inspect the hag version of her, it will actually show that she's got dark vision, all this other stuff, which by the way is kind of weird. I don't know why Lorien gave her dark vision but not true sights, because I thought hags were supposed to have true sights. Just some random thing. Like you can actually sneak around the hag without any issues. I don't think you can do that normally. I think the hag would actually be able to detect you all the time. Anyway,
keep going.
let's get this girl down.
Can't afford to stay
It's a
idle.
very, very tough fight. Unless you stun her. If you can stun her right away, then you can just mitigate all of that. So, stunning her, turn 1, will save you so much trouble, and you'll be able to do the fight legit, sort of.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything!
Okay, slow down. What did I do? Sorry, I wasn't trying. I was trying to help. That's an interesting way to say thank you.
You want thanks? A slap is all you deserve.
Okay, bring it.
Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him again. Because of you!
Yeah, about that. Why are you talking to her? I hate this so much. So... Okay. It doesn't matter too much with this interaction. I wish I could determine who talks to her. You see, my character is the closest one to her. She has no reason at all to talk to Shadowheart. It's such an annoying thing. It's such an annoying thing. We're gonna go for this. We actually wouldn't even get this dialogue option if we didn't do Speak with Dead with her. And the problem is, when you defeat the hag normally, you don't get a chance to do Speak with Dead. This cutscene immediately triggers. So, we can try this. And we don't even get access to guidance? Are you serious? Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this. I wish I could determine who's actually talking at a time.
What? But she promised to look after them. Teach them magic.
Nah. She lied to you.
I trusted her. I'm so stupid. So bloody stupid.
Yes, you are. Oh wait, there's actually a choice for this. No, you were desperate.
But I should have seen it. I thought I could fix it. Give my child a good home. And bring my husband back all in one go.
But at what cost? I'm sorry you've been through a lot. Now it's time to focus on your child.
You think my baby ever left my mind? Not even at my lowest.
Look, I don't have much. But take this locket. It's worth a bit. Now we're even.
Keep it. You don't owe me anything.
Really? That's... My husband gave it to me. I should take him home. His coffin is just upstairs. A decent burial is the least I can give him.
Alright.
Thank you. I don't think there's anyone else who would have saved me.
She literally did nothing for you. Okay, cool.
Hey, good looking.
So that cutscene with the locket thing, I actually have never gotten that before because I've never been able to tell her about the whole hag eating her baby thing. Instead, she's usually just really mad at me. So that's interesting. That's even an option. Okay, we can come in here, and in early access, this staff here was one of the items that
This
Will
place
would
reeks
eat.
of death.
Let's go ahead and loot all this stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in here, and there's also a lot of annoying stuff over here. You can throw these potions. These are all cursed potions. You can throw that at enemies to apply negative effects on them. Go ahead and get this. Letter from Ethel. Letter to Ethel. And go ahead and get this chest. Just take everything and pick this up and send to camp. I still need to do like a looting thing where I just go around and loot everything and send it to camp. I don't know if I'll record that. I keep on saying I want to do that off camera, but that might also be a thing that's worth showing on camera. Just an entire episode of me going back to past locations and collecting loot and just talking. These potions I'm going to leave here because they clutter my inventory and I don't like them. This staff we can go ahead and give to Shadowheart. It doesn't do the most, but I think it's better than... No, she's got the spear. I forgot. Yeah, she's got a decent spear. You can hold on to it at least.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
Who'd have thunk that it only took like 4 barrels to beat the hag? Normally that fight takes like an hour and a half. Alright, so this is the back door. As soon as you beat the hag and come through this area, or don't even beat the hag, you can use this and it will teleport you to outside of her house, which is right here. And you can just have the allies come in this way instead of going through the whole trap thing. I should have done that. I thought the traps would be gone. Oh well. Here's another cutscene. This is a little annoying. This has normally got like a magic barrier around it that will hurt you every time you get close to it. But when the hag's quote-unquote dead, the thing goes away.
Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave.
Oh, that's a shame.
The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again.
I found this wand. Think you can resurrect your husband? Are you alright? Stand with her in silence. Yeah, so we're gonna give her the wand.
What? You can?
Yeah, it's up to you though. Do you want to bring him back that much?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring him back! Bring Connor back! Please!
So this is that bitter divorce thing that was on the table down there. So, snap the wands, we can either do that, or we can just bring him back with this. I always bring him back because you get a rep bonus from it, and it's kind of like the monkey paw. You get what you want, you get what you wish for.
What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
Well, he's brought back. You have to phrase everything properly and get it all in contract.
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him?
I haven't done anything. Yeah. The hag fulfilled her promise. Can never be simple, can it?
But this isn't what she promised!
She brought him back?
I wanted him back! Back the way he was! Not this!
Well, you can't always get what you want. Okay, we can always bury him again. Don't worry, I have the wand. I'll make use for him. Yes, your husband. Do you want him or not? We can always bury him again.
No! Don't put him in the ground! He is afraid of the dark. I'll do it. I'll take him.
Okay. Should stay dead. I'm sorry things had to turn out this way. Your husband's gone. This thing's just a monster. Are you sure you want to do this?
No. This is my fault. And I'm gonna fix it. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. I'll figure something out. Come on, love. Let's go.
Alright. And we will actually see them again.
Forget it. The milk's already spoiled.
So I think if we bring Gale with us, we also get a rep bonus, and he'll have something to say there. It's been a while.
Well met.
Yes, well met. Nothing else to say to you?
Speak.
I kind of figured you all would have something to say about the hag, but apparently not. Alright. So they go this way, and I think there might be loot over here, but I don't really know. I'm not going to bother going over there. We're going to go back to the grove, the Druid Grove, and we are going to steal the amulet, or the idol for Mull. We actually didn't get that quest started, and I want to get that before I actually free Halsin. Okay, we don't actually need to come back here. We can teleport back here later. So we're going to go to the grove. Where is it? Right there. Halsin is still in the prison area. I didn't actually tell him that all the people are defeated because, well, I kind of had to fight through all the goblins to get back to him. So we're going to have to do that later. I might ask him to help me, but I think he'll just, like, teleport out of the grove anyway, or he'll teleport to the grove. And the reason I want to do this now is I know you can steal the artifact ahead of time and give it to Mull. I don't know if Mull even offers the quest later, though. Are you gonna open the door? Seriously? I wish the teleporter was inside of here. It would have made it so much easier. So let's get over here. There is a squirrel I want to talk to as well, while I'm still in the area.
A scout just reported. The goblins' leadership has been decimated. I took a collection from
Why
all
are you
of us.
doing this?
It isn't much, but you've earned it.
You shouldn't realize this is done. Now keep the coin.
Very good of you.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago.
Okay, so...
I believe he's catching up with Korga.
That's annoying.
As for us...
That's really annoying.
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
Okay, hopefully this doesn't progress things in a weird way. Okay, well, we'll see you there. Hopefully he doesn't actually teleport to my camp. I didn't want this cutscene. Jeez. I didn't want this cutscene now. This is kind of annoying. I was trying to force the interaction to where they wouldn't do this. Because we haven't gotten the actual quest from Maul yet. Jeez.
I'm going to have to write a song about you now, but truly.
Alright, and I guess I missed the squirrel. There's a squirrel over here you can talk to. Oh well. Not a big deal. I'm gonna talk to Maul, and hopefully... No, Maul's over here. Ah, great. It's not a big deal. You don't really get anything except some rep, and that's it. I think Maul is...
No wandering off.
Maul isn't over here. Maul's over here. Yeah, so we didn't even get the ability to steal the idol. Because I forgot. Seriously, I thought if I left Halsin in the prison area without telling him that I defeated all the things, that he would stay there. But, okay, this is good to know for future playthroughs. Just to not free Halsin until the very end.
You do good work. If you can handle more than goblins, might be I'll have use of you in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I'll see you there then. Because you don't have anything else to do. You don't want to offer the quest.
Keep sharp until we're standing on cobbles in Baldur's Gate.
Okay, just the same. The idol down here, we can steal it and sell it, but it's only worth like 300 gold. So it's kind of worthless. That's just a little annoying. I kind of was hoping I'd be able to get everything done. The thing is, it gives, like, some experience doing that. Not much, but it's something. Well, we can come down here and we can get the next best thing. Do not talk to Halsin yet. I think that's what actually progresses the thing in our camp. Hopefully they aren't in my camp. I'm gonna rest after this to check. But I'm not gonna actually talk to Halsin over here. There's a cutscene. And that might actually be what progresses the camp scene, because I don't want them to show up in my camp randomly. I have other cutscenes that I want to trigger first. It doesn't matter if it does, but it will actually force you down the romance path in certain situations, because it will give you an option to, like, be with one of the companions, and if you select then, well, then you're either going to try a polygamy route, or you're going to be locked in, or you're going to go for the single route.
Excuse.
So it's good to have, like, relationship up higher with everyone.
You brought Halsin back. Thank you. No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanas bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task.
It was pretty easy, actually. I just walked in and smashed heads, and that's about it.
Fair enough. I should not have underestimated you. Let me show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it.
Thanks.
Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
Alright. We can go ahead and do this real quick. Talk to you as well. I also need to look up the painting locations before I leave Act 1. Because we found the painting of Lose over here. Not Lose. Yeah, it was Lose. And we found Fane, and I know where to find the captain.
Blessed day. I was worried I'd never see Master Halsin again. You kept your word. Thank you.
Yep, lucky I didn't swing the potion.
Ha! Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do when you told me about that tadpole.
You're welcome.
I don't know if I can ever restore Sylvanas' peace to this place. But I'll have the chance. Thanks to you.
Alright. And the pouch you gave us was worthless. Just absolutely worthless. We're still gonna steal the idol, I think. But we can do that whenever we want.
There's a parasite nearby.
Yep, there it is.
You should take a closer look.
No, thank you. Oh, right. We need to put the wolf idol in there. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. Okay, and go ahead and activate all these. I don't remember if there's actually a sequence that you're supposed to do with these, or if you just light them all up and it will reveal the hidden passage, which is right here. Eventually I'm gonna come in here and steal everything. So let's come down here and get our special loot. They actually changed this loot. I believe before it was a robe thing that made your dexterity 18, but they got rid of it. In one of these chests, there was something like that. So just take all this stuff. This is all useful. That's another worm, or wyvern thing. No, it was worm. That's actually a really potent poison early game. Sorrow is a really useful weapon.
Something about this blade. It feels sad.
So I think this actually did something else. I think it either gave you +2 dexterity or made your dexterity 18. Or I might be misremembering it. But as it stands, these are absolutely worthless, and I'm gonna have Will eat them. Or not Will, Gale eat them. So this spear is decent. It's not as good as the one that Shadowheart has. So we're just going to have it on her, just to have it on her. The drow poison is extremely potent. So it's good that we had access to that. And yeah, that's pretty much everything in the Druid camp. We can go back to where Maul's area was and steal anything that they left behind. But I don't think they really left anything. Yeah, and we'd have to walk by house. And so, yeah, actually we're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to teleport back into the grove this way. And we're going to go the normal way so that we can kill the cow that's there, hopefully, without it having any help. The cow will actually spawn in Act 2. And in Act 2, we'd have to fight it legit and pass a bunch of checks and a bunch of other things. And the cow itself, really, really annoying to fight. So hopefully it's there by itself with no one around, so it doesn't trigger a, like an interaction with the tieflings where I have to slaughter the entire camp for one stupid item. One really, really good but stupid item. We can talk to all these NPCs. I probably should. I'll probably do that next episode if they are still around. First off, we'll talk to you three.
I nearly dispatched those goblins myself, but it seems you managed well enough. And
Sure
why
you did.
wield a masterwork where a butcher's blade will do? My thanks, truly.
Yeah.
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. Was sick of running from those rats.
It was you, right? Who took care of the goblins? I knew you were a good one.
Okay, we can quickly just talk to them all. It's not that big of a deal.
We couldn't have held them back on our own. Thank you.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but
Yeah.
not today.
Yeah, probably
Thanks
tomorrow.
to you.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
Okay, I was thinking that there might have been like a Final Fantasy reference here because his name was Locke.
Baldur's Gate, we're coming.
I don't really think they all have like real interactions. I think that's about it. Talk to you maybe.
Eldrell didn't want us. And those druids sure as hell didn't I.
So, you will see a cutscene in a little bit, maybe if we get lucky with Will. If we came back here with Will after the cutscene, they'd all have some interactions about him having the cutscene thing.
We did it.
Fine, but you're carrying it yourself.
Let's talk to you two.
Give me a kiss.
God, it seemed...
I knew this would come right.
Alright, yeah. And I think we can talk to some of the kids, and they talk about how they accidentally left their weapon in the cave, and they want to go get it, but they won't. Hopefully the cow's still here. If it's not the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, I don't really... Oh, there he is. There he is. And no one's around to protect you. Oh boy. You have no idea what wrath I'm about to bring to you. Alright. So, toggle group mode. No one's around to protect you.
Don't tell.
No, keep in group mode. Or sorry, in stealth mode, but turn off group mode. Shh. Come on, hopefully this is enough. And you... Oh, I didn't actually have stealth on the other thing.
With every breath, a purpose.
Get rid of the thing, please. Give me that. Thank you very much. So, the little story behind him is he's actually like an ooze thing that's going around, and he will, like, absorb hosts, and he, like, pretends to be a cow or whatever. So, he'll just go around slaughtering farmers and everything else. And this thing's idea is that it's gonna stick with the tieflings, and will decide to eventually attack them, just 'cause. I think that's only an issue if you let it survive through Act 3. I think the merchant NPC, the blacksmith, he might actually die because of him. Because the cow is actually like in the forge area in Act 2, kind of waiting and plotting. So if you destroy it in Act 2, the merchant probably won't die. I don't know. I've never let it like live to Act 3, so I don't know if it actually matters. But that ring, I'll show you what it does in a second. I'm gonna come down here first and see if they left any loot. Pretty sure we have an NPC down here scouting stuff out too. So you could find the locket down here in this chest later, but by the time you find it then, well, you won't actually have a use for it. It's only useful if the other guys don't disappear. So go ahead and stealth. Look inside, yeah, nothing in there.
Off the top.
And the idol that I was talking about, where you steal it for Maul, they don't put the idol in there. The idol stays in Maul's personal inventory, if I recall correctly, so you could technically steal it back from Maul. The other thing with that is the idol, you can find it in her inventory in Act 3 whenever you interact with her as a merchant, and she sells it for absolutely nothing. It's a worthless item. I was kind of hoping that it'd have more functionality, but it's whatever. I don't really care about that. We'll come back later for that. And I think we're just going to go ahead and go to camp and rest. So we're going to go to the Riverside Tea House. We'll see if we actually have to fight the Redcaps. We probably have to fight the Redcaps. No, nothing from the Redcaps. Interesting. Very interesting. So who would have thunk, like, phase one-ing the hag would prevent so many issues? Okay, so let's go to camp. Reason I wanted to be here is because we're going to talk to that guy next episode, and I wanted to be close to him. The camp would take a little bit to pop in. Hopefully we don't have to deal with the party thing until we talk to Halsin. Because Halsin actually has to come to our camp too. So if we don't talk to him, then he has no way of knowing to come here. Oh, really, Gale? Fine. I'll give you another worthless item.
A word, please.
Now, I say he only consumes 3 items.
My condition is worsening again.
That's the amount that I saw him
need
consume.
to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
Okay, cool. So in my Dark Urge playthrough when I was doing this, he only asked for 3 items and then he never asked for anything again. He might actually eventually ask for something again, so it might be around 4 items. But here's a little spoiler, at the very start of Act 2, he never has to consume any items again, because he gets something that prevents him from ever having to again. So, give Gale a magical item, and we can give him these worthless robes that we just got.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't mention, so the issue with the tapeworm, or the tadpole.
It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. But there's doesn't feel quite right. I mean, it never feels right, but it relieves. This doesn't relieve. Oh.
Okay. What happened? Anyway, what I was going to say, his issue that he has, we actually have that in the tadpoles. They're, like, affected by the same thing that he has. So that's why no one can remove them. And we'd only know that if we dealt with the hag and got the hag's offer to remove the eye. She'd tell you all that, so.
The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was, too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so we can go ahead and rest and see what happens. And I'm going to do a save before the rest, because we might need to go back. So, end day. I guess we talked to everyone too, but it's not really worthwhile. They would have, like, markers over their heads. Okay, so they came to my camp. That's annoying. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna go back. Anyway, we're gonna come over here, and I'll talk while that's going on. So the reason we're gonna go back at the start of next episode, actually, is we have to talk to Halsin while he is still in the druid camp, so that we can get an interaction with Karlach, or whatever her name is. We kind of skipped that, and after that interaction, he's supposed to tell us about Moonrise and all that stuff, so it's a little annoying that we unfortunately progressed like this. I was really hoping Halsin would stay in the prison until I told him it was he could come out, that it was clear. Really was hoping for that, but unless they patched that, or I just sequence broke in a weird way, from now on, in any future playthroughs, I'm just gonna have to leave Halsin in the prison and do that interaction after I've defeated all the Goblin Lords. So, oh well, not a big deal, but kind of annoying. I didn't have this issue with the Dark Urge thing, and I literally did the same exact thing last time. He stayed there for me, and I went over and told him later. Oh well. This is Crim, signing out. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Next episode, we're going to clear up a lot of loose ends, and we'll actually interact with this, because this is kind of an interesting position. This is a, like, romance thing. I don't know if I can actually show it.
My faith protects
So, like, you have a good relationship with me, you have a fair relationship, you have a fair relationship, and I think Will has a good relationship, and you could also have a good relationship. So, like, you're actually propositioning me with this marker.
Oh, I could go for a good
I think
meal.
Shadow might as
Where
well.
to?
No, I think it's just him. Anyway, we'll take care of that next time.